Welcome to Sagra Products On Demand module for June 2016. Our topic for today is writing a formal residential proposal. How do I write a good residential proposal? A good proposal should be between 1 and 2 pages long and give a complete overview of the project without confusing the potential client. To start the proposal, you need to have your address and contact information on the top as well as the client's name and address underneath that. Doing this makes the client realize that they are a priority and that you have written this proposal specifically for them. The next part of the proposal is the greeting and the introductory paragraph. In the first sentence, you should refer to your meeting with them and thank them for their time. The next paragraph is where you address the issues that they are dealing with. In this situation, the homeowner has complained of not being able to watch football games due to excessive glare on the TV screen, as well as complaining about how hot it gets in his living room in the afternoon. Now that you know and understand the client's problem, you want to describe the solution in a helpful and intelligent way. Remember, this is a formal proposal. A client with a problem is looking for someone with expertise for a solution. Use terms and writing skills that convey experience and intelligence in every sentence. For example, instead of using the terms window tint or window film, try using the term energy control film. By doing that, you bring a certain sophistication to the product as well as telling the client what the film does. After all, what sounds better? Window tint, window film, or energy control films? What else do I need to put in the proposal? The next thing you want to cover in your proposal is the scope of the work to be done. This part of the proposal spells out exactly what the client is having done. Try to be as specific as possible. If the client is considering doing windows in multiple rooms, make sure you break those areas up into different sections. This helps to reduce sticker shock by breaking down these many areas that clients want done. So if they are subconsciously thinking to themselves, "Wow, this is a lot of money," they can look at the proposal and realize just how much work is actually being done and how much each area will cost. This will also show them that you are a meticulous, precise person. Exactly the guy they want for the job. But the most important reason for individualizing these areas instead of putting them together is that it gives the client more options. They may decide to do just one of the rooms as opposed to both of them, but whatever the outcome, you have given them options, which is money in your pocket. The last part of the scope of work section is to specify the type of film to be used. This is something that will be selected by the client from the samples you provided based on the issues your client expressed to you. The next part of the proposal is the conditions of installation. Some of the things you will want to include are how you will prepare and clean all glazing listed in the scope of work using accepted industry standards. Specify how you will install all films in accordance with manufacturer's recommendations and adhere to industry installation standards. Be specific about the warranty on the film. Whether it's 5, 10 years or longer, make sure you state that clearly. Let the client know you will adhere to all applicable safety procedures and maintain all required insurance throughout the duration of the project. Make sure the client knows you will remove all debris generated from the project and maintain a clean work environment. In this area, you will also want to include any unusual requests that the client has made and add language that will protect you. An example of this would be if the client only wanted you to work between the hours of 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. That needs to be included. Or say the client had silk curtains in the living room that cost $8,000 and it's agreed that the homeowner will remove them. This is the section to note that, and to also let them know that if they don't remove them, you will not be responsible for any damages. Most projects are very straightforward, but if not, this is the place to note it. Remember, what you leave out may come back to haunt you. The next section is terms of payment. Needless to say, it is important to specify how you want to be paid. You will want to state that an invoice for the full amount of the contract will be issued upon completion of the project and that all invoices are due upon receipt. If you require a deposit before you start the job, State so here. If you don't take checks, let them know in this section. Never assume anything. The next section is contract amounts. This is the section where you state the costs. In this area you will list the square footage, price per unit and extended cost. This is where individualizing in the scope of work helps. By giving a price for each area, the client can say no to some areas and you can still get work out of it. You will also want to mention the length of time the proposal is good for. Be specific. Make sure there is a deadline. Okay, so let's review what we just covered. Make sure your name and contact information is on the top of the proposal. Add the customer's name and address. Next, enter a greeting and thank the client for their time. The next section you will address the problem and present a solution. Next you will talk about the scope of the work being done and then you will address the conditions of installation. Then talk about the terms of payment. The final part of the proposal is the contract amounts and you will absolutely want to include an expiration date, and of course at the end of the proposal you want to again thank the client for their time and consideration. And that is how you write a winning residential film proposal. Thank you for taking the time to view this module. Join us next month when our topic will be decorative and custom printed film. We appreciate your business, Sagra Products. Our service is our signature.